bird. It's a plane.
Oh no, it's only Frank.
Aloha headsets, Frankie Boy here, and it is time for the Frank Show. Now today we are looking at what I think is a shining star in the upcoming PSVR lineup, Golem. We got a lot of new information from PSX. I can't wait to share with you. All right, so kind of in my eyes, maybe the shining star of PSX. I have been excited for this one for a while, you guys. Now, we learned about Golem back in 2015, and this is coming from Highwire Studios, and then they basically went silent. Now, this is a super small team, and I can understand if you don't really have anything solid to show us, and I think that that's what they were saying. This is their first real game that they are going to actually have physical copies of, so you'll be able to go to the store and get this PlayStation VR game, which is always nice. And now, PSX was the first time they were ever able to demo this to any kind of like big live audience, and so far they said the feedback has been phenomenal, which is always good to hear because people are honest when they're there. I mean, they are psyched on PlayStation, but they get to talk to the devs. It's before games truthfully come out, so you get to say something. You get to say, hey, maybe you could work on this a little bit, which is nice. I'm glad that people are liking it. They do say that it is getting close to completion, and they did give us a release date of March 13th, although a lot of VR games I've seen have been pushed back a little bit here and there, so I will give them wiggle room, especially with all the way we've had so far. But it's nice to have some kind of solid date because this game is looking awesome. Now, for those of you that are just finding out about this, didn't follow it before, you are playing as Twine, which was a name I didn't know until recently, who is a young kid that gets injured. Now, when you're injured, you can't move around anymore, and while you're in bed recovering, you find out that you can use your telepathy to control these little golems. We got to say Golem, not Gollum. They said that the Lord of the Rings people called them as soon as they announced, and they had to say, no, not your Gollum, a different kind of Gollum. So Golem is what we're using here. Now, they did say that they made the game so it wasn't gender specific. So no matter what, if you're playing, you can feel immersed and not have to feel like he or she is being thrown at you. You just get to play a game, which I know doesn't matter to all of us, but it does help pull you in a little bit more. Now, one very cool thing that they showed off is their movement system. Now, a lot of games do have teleport, hold the move controller to move forward, some kind of button scheme. Now, this is move controllers, but the way you're going to move is you pull the trigger and you lean forward. So they said they did studies. They saw how people walk, and when we typically walk, we lean forward a little bit, and that translates really great to the gameplay. Now, I'm excited to try this out. I do like different forms of locomotion. I like when developers play around because I think we're still in the early stages of VR, and we can learn a lot, and this looks like a really cool one. Now, they said you can pull the trigger so that if you want to, you don't have to lean. You can let go of the trigger and just kind of enjoy the look of your environment. Pull the trigger, start leaning, and move a little more. Now, I can't wait to check this out. Now, sword fighting is really what sold me, and finally getting to see it in this demo is just, I can't wait to do this, because I used to play this Star Wars arcade game when I was growing up, and there was this fun little lightsaber battle, and it looks just like that to a degree in VR, so I can't wait to check it out. Now, they said the control is 1-to-1. There's no weird button smashing. You are playing with the sword. Now, from the demo, they showed the little training section, and you get to put the sword up and match spots, just showing off the demo of where the enemy is going to slice their sword, and you got to block and defend. As they went later on, they showed that those spots are not there, so you got to remember to put your sword up above your head, put it here, actually defend the shots, and then hit them back, which I can't wait to play. And they also showed some spears getting thrown at the player. You can put the sword out, block the spears, and then knock the enemies down with that, which is going to be really cool. And they said that the whole thing is built to make the player feel comfortable. Yeah, with the leaning mechanic, with the sword fighting, they want you to feel like you're not just playing a video game tiresome. They want you to feel like you're in this experience, so much so that they built eye tracking into the AI, which I know a lot of you may not think is a big deal, but when you get into the game, you start looking around, you see the AI is looking back at you. It's almost creepily immersive. It's really fun, and I can't wait to find out more about Golem. So as we learn more, I'll let you guys know in the future. What'd you think? I cannot wait to play this game, but I would like to know your thoughts, so please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, but only if you want to. If you haven't seen these, hey, check them out, and more importantly, if you're new to this channel and you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Smooches.